Hi everyone, welcome to Sitsipandknit. My name is Marie and I'm coming to you from just north of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. I want to welcome back those of you that have been following me on this knitting podcast journey of mine. This is podcast number 13. I'm doing it a little sooner than I normally would. And I also would like to welcome those of you who are new here, maybe just happened along. I hope that you will like what you see and you will also like and subscribe so that you'll get notified whenever I have a new podcast out there. Like I said, I do these normally once a month. It's been 2 weeks since I did the last one, but I wanted to come on here. I don't have as much to show, but I have some things, fall things I wanted to show you that I started since the last podcast and finished since the last podcast. Some of these things I will be gifting this weekend. So I wanted to be sure and show you them before I did give them away. So that's why I wanted to come on. Like I said, this is podcast number 13. I want to say hip hip hooray. I just hit 200 subscribers. 200 is wonderful compared to the thousands that other podcasters have. It can't compare, but to me, that is a wonderful thing. And I love my Ravelry friends, and I started this podcast for just my local knitting friends that we couldn't get together because of the virus out there. So I started, like I said, I started this for them and thought it'd be a good way to connect. I did have a yarn shop a few years ago that did close, but I continued to have people in my home, taught knitting, had get-togethers, which is wonderful. If anyone knows me, they know I love to teach. So that's one of the reasons I also started this podcast. So hopefully soon, I don't know when, but hopefully we'll be able to get back together in person. But until then, I will continue to do these on the web here. So, like I said, thank you for stopping by on this fall day, even though it's pretty warm today here in Pennsylvania. Let me first start with what I'm wearing here. This cowl here, I did a few years ago. I did teach a class on this, color work class. Two-handed knitting is how I prefer to do my color work. I love it because your yarns don't get tangled. You have one in one hand, you have one in the other. But anyway, you can see my floats there. Let me tell you, this cowl is called Temple Top Cowl. It's by Amy Gunderson. The yarn I used is Malabrigo Silky Merino. And like everything I talk about, I will put the information below, as well as my information where you can see me, get a hold of me. If you have any questions, any comments, please feel free. I have a website. It is sitsipandknit@gmail.com. I'm also on Ravelry and I am on Instagram. So, or you can comment below here. I love to read comments and I appreciate everyone that has commented. So anyway, let's get on with some of the things that I started and finished since the last podcast. All right, the first thing I want to show you is, I talked about in my last podcast, oh boy, now I can't find the pattern, right here, that my daughter-in-law wanted this Alaska hat. The Alaska hat is by Camille Descoteaux. I'll put that information below. I have seen this pattern for a long time and thought it was so pretty. My daughter-in-law and son went on an adventure in August to Alaska. When she came back, she saw a pattern like this somewhere on the web and asked me if I could make that. And I said, I know the pattern and I'm going to go ahead and do that for you. This is done, this is a brown here with the brown trees, as you can see, and the background colors are supposed to be the northern lights of Alaska. She did not want that. She wanted something more browns and greens and creams. So I picked some yarn, and let me show. I was a little worried that maybe the trees wouldn't stand out, but it's pretty good. I think it's pretty good. Let me show you here. So this is my version of that Alaska hat. If you can see, the trees did get a little bit hard to see through that speckled yarn that I used there. However, it's what she wanted, and I think it came out really cute. Maybe I'll try it on for you here. Anyway, isn't this just adorable? It has the folded brim here. It's done in, you can see that with the little pom-pom. I think it's just so cute. So you can kind of see the trees there, right? Anyway, so this was done in fingering weight yarn. The brown here, it was Heritage, Cascade Heritage sock yarn. And the green and cream speckled and brown speckled is from Ancient Arts. So I will link that below. This is a pom-pom I just had in my stash that was brown. I don't even know where it came from. It is a snap-on pom-pom. So those are great because then you can just unsnap it if you want, when you want to wash it, and snap it back on. So anyway, that's the Alaska hat that I finished for Amanda. We're going to have a get-together this weekend with the family, so I wanted to be sure and get it done and show you before I gave it away. So that's the Alaska hat. Okay. The other thing I started after I last podcast, I found this pattern. It was a free pattern, and how can you beat free, right? Let me find it here. The pattern's are a little beat up. I'm sorry, I spilled some coffee on it. But anyway, it is a pillow. And let me show you the pattern here first. And like I said, it is a free pattern, so I don't think I'm giving anything away that I shouldn't there. It's a cable, a garter stitch pattern with a cable running down the front. It's called Macro Cable Pillow. It's a Berroco pattern. Anyway, let me show you. I did it. I was in Michael's and I saw this beautiful pumpkin color yarn here. You see that? It's a nice size pillow. Just garter stitch on the back. The cable only runs down the front side here. It is done, I'm not sure what yarn they used in the pattern, but I found this yarn at Michael's, like I said. It is Patons Softy Chunky. That's what I used. I doubled the yarn, so I used 2 skeins at a time. It did take 4 skeins of that Paton Softy Chunky yarn on size, let's see, 17 needles. So that's what I did it on, these circular size 17 needles. You start at the bottom, work back and forth here, doing the cable up the front, and then work around down the back side here, put a pillow form in, and sew up the sides and the bottom, of course. So anyway, I think it came out beautiful. And the pillow form, it was an exact size to a 16 by 16 inch pillow form. So if you wanted to try something like that, like I said, I'm not sure what yarn they used in the pattern. They did use a size 17, I think, needle though. So I assumed it would, it would work out. But I did, like I said, use this double, and it took 4 skeins, almost full 4 skeins to do that. It is for my daughter, and when I posted it out there, my daughter-in-laws loved it too. So I had to go out and buy 8 more skeins of this pumpkin yarn. It's called Colorway Pumpkin. Like I said, I got it at Michael's. So I see 2 more of these in my future. If to me it wasn't a fun knit because it was so chunky, so heavy. It was quick. It was a quick, easy knit, but it wasn't so fun for me. I am more of a lace knitter, thin yarn, you know, that type of thing. But anyway, it was very quick, and I think you'll agree that the results are just beautiful. It would also be pretty, and it doesn't have to be fall yarns. It could be anything, cream color, whatever matches your decor. So it would be a nice gift for anybody, maybe at Christmas time even. If you wanted to start now, you could do some Christmas pillows. So I wanted to show you that before I gave this away. All right, I think I'm going to take this off. It's getting warm in here. I am drinking a cold coffee today, an iced coffee from Starbucks. Just some plain iced coffee with a little bit of sweet cream foam on top. Delicious. All right, so that is the pillow. Okay, I hope I'm not repeating anything. I did start this podcast over a couple times. Like I said, it was a last minute thing that I thought I'd do before I gift these things away. So I apologize if I'm repeating myself. Anyway, the next thing I want to show you, another fall item. This one is crocheted. I did do these last year in the fall. I am not sure if I showed them on a podcast before or not, but I am making more of them. They're very fun. To me, they're very fun. They're quick. They're cute, decorating for the fall. And what they are, let me find the pattern here. Okay, and this is another free pattern out there on Ravelry. So, like I said, you can't beat that, right? It's the autumn leaf. See that there? It is done on size, I don't know if it tells you here. It's done on cotton thread, basically. I use the size 10 cotton thread. I made these last year in lots of different colors. Golds, browns, burgundies, you know, fall leaf colors, and of course gifted them all away. So I have to make some for myself. I had some brown, so I did. Let me show you this. This here, can you see it? Maybe, there we go. See that beautiful little leaf there? Very cute. It's probably about, I don't know, 6 by 9 inches. So it's not real big. It's nice for a table to put a candle on or something for your holiday decorating, fall decorating. Like I said, this one is done in brown with the cotton size 10 thread. I actually have some here, and I think I got this at Michael's last year, and I'll be doing some more in this color. There it is right there, the size 10 cotton thread. Can you see the burgundy there? I think that I did make some of these last year also. So I will be doing that too. Anybody that loves to crochet, I don't know if you've ever used the smaller needles and the thread done the doily type crochet. To me, it is absolutely fun. It's really fun to do. That's how I started out in my yarn crafting, watching my grandmother making doilies. I was probably about 10, and I just loved to sit and watch her hands as she crocheted. She didn't knit, but she crocheted, and I just was mesmerized by that. So that's how I started making doilies. Nobody uses doilies too much anymore, but I think these fun decorating type pieces for the holidays are beautiful. Anyway, so that's what that is there. And that is a free pattern, and I will link that information below. You could also do it, if you don't want to use a thread, you can do it in a thicker yarn. Why not? A thicker cotton yarn, whatever you want to do it in, definitely. And on that note, I did have, let me show you here. I had some pumpkin colored yarn, cotton yarn. It's Patons Grace. And the colorway is, let me see, Fiesta. But it is a beautiful pumpkin color. I think it was beautiful. It says it's a DK weight, so it is a little thicker. And I am doing, let me show you, another crochet project. If I can find it here. All right. Yes, right here. Okay, it's called Jack in the Web Doily. So you'd use it as a centerpiece. And of course, I'm making it if my daughter wants it, my daughter-in-laws, whoever. Maybe I'll get one for myself. We'll see. But it's called Jack in the Web Doily. It's by Marsha Glassner. Let me show you a picture there. Isn't that cute? The 4 little jack-o'-lanterns in the spider web. And this one is done with Aunt Lydia's number 10 thread. It says a size 7 hook. I am using, like I said, that DK weight Patons Grace and a size D or 3. It's a 3.125, I think, millimeter metal hook there. And let me show you what I started. Okay, so you see, you start in the middle here. Like I said, it is a free pattern, so I'm not giving away anything. You start in the middle there with the little web. And this is what I have started so far. Of course, it's in the middle of a round because it got pulled out, but that's okay. You see that? Let me turn it around there. There you go. If you can see that. Sorry about the lighting going in and out here. Anyway, I did this in about 2 minutes. It's so quick to do this, the crochet like this, especially with this thicker yarn. Hopefully I can have this done in a day or 2 if I work at it. But anyway, so that's what I'm working on. I thought that was a cute thing to show you if you wanted some fall knitting this is a crochet project, a fall crochet project. And speaking of knitting, I did also pull out an old pattern that I had. I'm not even sure where I got it, if it was a paid pattern, but I'll find it and I'll link it below. It's called Pumpkin. It's a knitted pumpkin. I only have the black and white, sorry about that. And this was done with a Knit Picks cotton. It says it's an 8 by 8 inch, so it's probably about as big as this. It's garter stitch with a lot of increasing. You start at the bottom, I think, and just increase out. So it looks like a fairly easy pattern. I haven't started it yet. I never did it. I had it out there and I was looking for something fall to do. So I think this might be something you might see in the next podcast. Hopefully that'll be done. Anyway, but I did want to give you some options for some fall fun knitting and crochet. All right. And again, like I said, if you have any questions, please feel free to email me, message below. I love to get comments. It's just wonderful having a group of yarny friends from all over the world. And like I said, I do appreciate it. All right. So I'm mixing up what I talked about and what I didn't with the other times I tried to do this podcast. So anyway, I apologize, like I said, if I repeat anything. All right, so I showed you the pillow. Now I did go ahead and start. I know I talked about a sweater that I wanted to do, a colorwork sweater. I think I will be starting that, like I said, in November. If anybody wants to try color work with me, you want to do it together or have any questions, let me know. But I looked in my stash and thought, I want to do another ranunculus. Has anybody done a ranunculus? Not sure I showed it on any of my podcasts. I did one in fingering weight yarn, just a plain fingering weight yarn. Here is the pattern. It is a pattern that has been all over the web. A lot of knitters have done, and they've made more than one. And a couple of the podcasts I watched showed it done in different yarn weights. Some, depending on how you want it, if you want it light and lacy, you just do it in a mohair. You can do it, like I said, I did it in a fingering weight yarn. And I wanted to try holding a fingering weight and not a mohair, but I have a, what is it? Geez, I thought I had the tag here, but I don't. But anyway, it is a lace weight silk, alpaca silk. I'll get the tag and I will let you know. But anyway, I had this in my stash forever. You can't, I'm sorry, the lighting just went really bad. This is a gray, kind of like a medium gray. It looks real dark right now, but it is like a medium gray. And I had that and wondered what I could use it with. And when I said, like I said, I saw another podcast where the lady knit a ranunculus holding that weight of yarn and a fingering. So the fingering I had that I've wanted to use, I've showed it on my podcast before as an acquisition. It is a yarn by Bad Sheep Yarn Company, and I'll link that below. Let's see, the colorway is Wild Blueberry. It is 75-20, 5% stellina. And it is this beautiful, oh my goodness, you can't see. Anyway, it's a navy with purples and aqua colors. It's so pretty. And I'm holding it together. Now, it really washed out the color. And there's a little bit of sparkle in there too. But I started a ranunculus. Let me show you. I didn't get very far, but like I said, I had just started this. It is a fun knit, a really fun knit on bigger needles. I think these are size 10. So I'm holding these double, and if you can see the color, the purples popping out there. You can see a little bit of the sparkle even coming through, but that gray, what is it? Alpaca silk yarn. Oh my goodness. It is so soft. I can't wait to wear this. There is lace at the collar. Let me see if I can show a better picture. So if you've never done it, there are different options. You can do a wider neck. You can do a tighter neck. I'm doing the smaller neck. It has some lace work here, and then it's basically just round and round stocking net stitch with a ribbed bottom. You can do it longer. Of course, this is more cropped. You can do it with long sleeves, short sleeves. I am going to do 3/4 length sleeves, I think, on this, because that's the sleeve length that I like. I'm also going to maybe do a little bit of waist shaping in there to bring it in a little bit, because I'm going to actually make it a little bit longer with a longer, actually I'll do a longer rib also on the bottom. That's how I did my first one. But anyway, I wanted to show you, look how beautiful that is working up. I don't know if you can see. It's very hard to see without being blocked. It will be, like I said, it's a size 10 needle. There you go. You can, this is the top, actually, the neckline. And then you're working down. And you can see some of those little gathered kind of stitches there. And then I'm just getting into some of the lace. Very fun to do, very fast. I really hope, I think I'm going to be working on this to get this done, because I can't wait to wear it. It's so going to be so soft and cozy. But anyway, so that is, like I said, I will get the gray yarn. I'll get that information, but you want to check out badsheepyarn.com, some from North Pole, Alaska. Some beautiful, beautiful, beautiful colors. So I've ordered a couple times from them. It comes really fast. The yarn is beautiful. So give them a look. All right, so that's my ranunculus that I hope to have done pretty quick, along with everything else, right? We'll see. We'll see how far I get with all the gift knitting that I'm doing. Maybe I'll get this done for myself. Another thing that, boy, I gotta stop looking at all the if you're like me, you watch the podcast and you get, it's so wonderful to get the ideas and get the tips and tricks from other knitters and crocheters. It's just a wonderful community. I think you would agree. If you're watching this, I think you would agree on that. But I get too many things in my head that I want to do, I guess, like everybody else, right? So anyway, so I was going through my stash and thinking that I want to make, well, here I go. I want to make for my daughter-in-law, well, her birthday's today. Jenna's birthday is today. Amanda's getting the hat. She had her birthday. I wanted to make her a scarf because she is so knit-worthy. Just adorable. She wears everything I make her. I wanted to make her a fall scarf. Of course, I didn't get anywhere near that, but I did find a pattern, just an easy, beautiful pattern to showcase some pretty fall yarn that I had in my stash. Let me show you. This yarn here, can you see that? Does that not scream fall? It is Expression Fiber Arts, a positive twist on yarn, it says. It's in the Monte Cristo, oh my goodness, colorway. It's Glimmering Finger, 65% superwash merino, 20 nylon, and 15 stellina, 439 yards. So I have 2 of these. I'm not sure how much I need. It says only 1 skein. So good, maybe I can make 1 for me. I have 2 skeins. Anyway, this is it out of the skein. Look at those colors in there. And look at that sparkle. Isn't that beautiful? I just think it's beautiful. It has the greens, the burgundies, the little bit of pumpkin. See the pumpkin in there? And the browns. Oh, it is gorgeous. So here's another project that hopefully someday I'll get done. I am going to work on this too, though. So I have a lot of things for fall, which is fun. It's a fun season. And then Christmas comes right away. And who does Christmas knitting? Oh my goodness. I'm not sure I'll be doing Christmas knitting with all this fall knitting. I think I like fall knitting better anyway. But so I could always do maybe this, and they could wear it next year for fall. That's what I should do instead of trying to get everything done. But anyway, oh, I didn't show you the pattern, right? That's right. It's called the Birthday Wishes Shawl. by Amanda Kaffka from the Crafty Jackalope. I don't know if this was a paid pattern or not, so I'm just going to show you the picture real quick there. See, it's just a beautiful way to showcase, I think that's even garter stitch. So easy knitting, but a beautiful way to showcase some beautiful yarn like this with some beautiful, with a beautiful knit, what do I want to say, lacy edge there. So that's the shawl that I hope to make with this yarn, and maybe one for myself, probably for next year. But anyway, so I think that's about all I have for this podcast. Like I said, I just threw this one together as a special fall preview. I will be back in October to hopefully show you some things, some of these things finished, some more ideas. I want to talk about maybe a giveaway, some contest that we can, that I'm hoping to run coming in November, October, November time period there. I did have a winner on, and I contacted you, and I hope you get, I hope you saw the last podcast or go on Ravelry, my Ravelry, Sitsipandknit on Ravelry, the Ravelry group. I did have a little contest going out there, so I did contact you. So I hope that you get back to me so I can send out your prize. And I'm sorry I don't have your name in front of me here, but I did message you on Ravelry. And like I said, if you're new here, I think you know I love to give out prizes, and so stay tuned for that. Please like and subscribe so you do make sure that you get involved in any type of giveaway that I might have. And I really appreciate you stopping by, taking time out of your day to watch me, and always take time to knit, to relax, and enjoy your family. Those are top on my list. All right. Happy knitting.